Hey guys, you're welcome to my channel, all of you. Thank you so much for clicking. I appreciate it. After what I went through today, I think I reserve the right to drink this because it calms my nerves. Let's just leave it at that. This cashless crunch, cashless economy that they are talking about is so ill-timed. I don't know how I'm going to explain what I went through today. I can't begin to explain the emotional trauma of what I have been going through in the past 1 week, all in the name of say cashless economy, saying there is no money, they are trying to change the currency and all whatnot. Those of you who live within Nigeria know and understand what I'm trying to talk about. Even if you have the money, you cannot even have access to it, whether the new naira notes or the old naira notes. All sorts of videos are surfacing on social media about people fighting on account of the money, about people falling down in the hospital, sorry, in the banks, because they are lining up to withdraw their own money. And I can't believe all these things. Let me tell you my own experience. I kept telling myself I'm not going to use money to buy money because that's an abuse of the naira. That is my own opinion. If you are going to be abusing the naira, I'm not going to cooperate with people to do it. And I refused until last week when, so as I was saying, I insisted that I'm not going to do that until all the money in my body finished. I got to a point where all I had on me was 100 naira. That's a few pennies. Now my small pikin come tell me say, "Mommy, bread has finished," and I needed to go and buy bread. And it was even late, so I needed to have bread for them to have for breakfast the next day, so that they will go to school. There was only 100 naira. I used that 100 naira to buy one tiny loaf of bread. 100 naira loaf of bread is not that big. It's very small. And I gave it to them. And I felt so bad. I was like, are my children going to go to school hungry? So immediately I dropped them to school. I knew that they had not eaten. They didn't go to school on a full stomach. I was very sad, but I had to. How will I do? I just had to close my eye and go and use my own money to buy money. I withdrew 10,000 naira and I paid 11,000 naira. That was what I did. So I used it to go. So I had to go and withdraw that 10,000 naira. I withdrew 10,000 naira and I paid 11,000 naira. Now, in Nigerian economy on its own first, how much is 10,000 naira? What can 10,000 naira even do? If you have a family of 5 like I do, 10,000 naira cannot make up to 2 pots of soup. At best, it can make 2 pots of soup. That is assuming you have other ingredients like rice and maybe vegetable oil or palm oil at home. And that was what happened. So that 10,000 naira did not even last. Before long, I needed money again and again and again. I was so unhappy about it, and I decided, let me go to the bank and get money myself so that I will not be exploited by POS people. And then when I went to the bank, I understood that these POS people, they are just trying to survive. The cost of transportation has doubled because the cost of fuel has doubled. How much did I pay to go to the bank? I spent about 6 hours lining up in the bank trying to withdraw money. They were boasting all over social media that it is only in Jai's Bank that you can get cash. Jai's Bank people are general. For where I spent like 5 hours in Jai's Bank lining up, and there was still no money in Jai's Bank. So I went to UBA, which is the bank I bank with, in hopes that I was going to get customer privilege. I went in and even explained to them, guys, I need cash because I need to travel. For where they were telling me that they don't have money. And yesterday they were dispensing 3,000 naira. That is the maximum. Meanwhile, 3,000 naira can't feed a family of 5 for 1 day in Nigeria. That's just the simple truth. That they were only dispensing 3,000 naira over the counter, and then they were not even giving anything in the ATMs. I begged these people, they don't give me money. Before I was going to travel, I went to the park in hopes that I was going to get somebody that is going to collect transfer for me in lieu of his transport money. For I didn't see. It was one truck pusher that was selling water that needed to send money to his wife. So I now collected the money from him. That was how I got money. I collected the money from him, and then I made transfer to his wife, and that was how I was able to get cash. But the amount of hours I spent, the amount of stress I went through, and then I listened to the stories of these POS operators. Frankly speaking, I see their perspective. I don't want, some of them will spend, they will be in that ATM as early as 7 o'clock, 6, 5 o'clock in the morning. Some of them will be there till 12 midnight. Because they believe that that is when they're going to come and load the ATMs with cash. And somebody will come and say you should come and collect that kind of money and sell it to them at 100 naira. How? Because that was what we were charging before when cash was readily available. Frankly speaking, I don't blame these POS operators. I'm not going to go through that stress and come and give you 10,000 naira for come and give you 10,000 naira and make only 100 naira from it. No, 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 no. I think that they are not being exploitative. They are just adapting to the circumstances they found themselves. I am not going to go through that kind of stress and come and say I will give the money out for free. No way. Because when I went to the line, some of them said they had been there as early as 5 o'clock in the morning because of 100 naira, and you were lying down on your bed. So no, well done. That's not the way it works. That is not the way it works. I think the people who are the major culprits of these things are the policy makers, even bankers. Bankers are just soft targets, if you ask me. All these ones over the counter, maybe their management staff, and then the upper level bankers, you can hold them responsible, but not these ordinary bankers here. Actually, I've seen another video, here it is, of bankers, Zenith Bank actually scaling the fence through the back to run away because there was a crowd in front of their bank and there was nothing they could do about it. They just did not have the money to give, so they ran away. I don't think that the bankers like it like that. They are also victims of whatever it is we're all going through. So I just feel so terrible about it. I think the main culprits of these things are people who are the politicians, those who are making the policies themselves, and maybe CBN, but not all these bankers that are here. All of us are in the same boat today, and they too are just trying to survive. I understand Tinubu was saying that it was a policy that was targeted specifically at him because they don't want him to win elections. And in as much as the policy sounds theoretically okay, I don't think that it was targeted at Tinubu alone. He is the one who was trying to use money as a weapon that he can use to win election. So that singular stroke broke his back. And I understand with him, but I don't understand with him. Why were you even trying to buy votes in the first place? But then again, we should have a system, an infrastructural system that protects people from these kinds of things, because honestly speaking, the kind of wahala that I am seeing all over social media right now, I'm in the office, I have colleagues who, it's not that they don't have money. They have money, but they don't have money to go home. Yesterday, my younger sister almost trekked home because of no cash. Even as I am like this, I need to make a trip. Only God knows how I am going to do with cash, and that explains why you guys will have to excuse me when I continue to drink Amstel water, because frankly speaking, I have been going through a lot, and a lot has been going through me, and that's the case with most Nigerians. Some people, even though you brought this new currency was brought in by the end of November, and now you are telling me that you want 200 million people, and we have a very large mass of illiterates already. You did not even release the money in circulation. I think that the major culprit for this is the government of the Federation. Buhari, Godwin Emefiele, the CBN governor, and co. They are the ones that are the major culprits, not exactly bankers and not POS people. Those ones, they are just trying to survive. That's just my opinion on all this matter, and I hope that this matter comes to an end as soon as possible. I hear the prices of foodstuff have gone down, but you can only pay with cash. They are not going to take transfer from you. And the sad reality is that this thing is already affecting Nigeria's territorial integrity. I don't understand how it is that an economy can be so badly managed. If you go to the core northern states right now, I have a friend who lives in Argungu. So she shuttles between Argungu and Birnin Kebbi. And she said now, Sefa them they use. They don't have time for the Naira. They are collecting Sefa and they are doing their businesses. What kind of thing is this under a government that wants us to sit down and look at them and say we are happy about what they've done? I don't think that's a fair expectation to have of Nigerians, that you subjected us to this kind of untold misery. Because honestly speaking, if anybody had told me one day Nigerians will use Naira to buy Naira, I would not believe it. Hope I made some sense to you. I hope if you are staying with me up to now, it means maybe you like the sound of my voice, or you like me, or I was making a lot of sense. And sincerely speaking, I hope that I was making sense in all three places. If that's the case, please like this video, drop me a comment, let me know your opinion on this, and I will see you all in my next video.